And I guess this gives me a good time to introduce myself. My name is Ryan Morneau. I'm a 5.8 level player on the doubles side. On the singles side, I was able to win on Friday in the Open Division, and it nicely got my duper all the way near a 6-0 level. Playing against one of those players was David Beeger. He is very, very good at all three disciplines, including mixed doubles. It may just be his best discipline, but as you can see here, very, very shaken up. They're trying to ice him out of the game. And one of the more interesting concepts we've seen out of David is has not sped up the bounce down Rachel's line yet. That may change, but has so much trust in Abika, and it's one of the reasons he doesn't feel forced to do that. Oh, I like it. So David catches Rachel in transition, goes for a speed up there, and I don't mind the take as she's been so successful. That one, missed opportunity there, 0-0-2. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's a full wind-up for Preston on the mid-court speed-up, but he goes off pace and catches Abika at her feet. It's just a really strong option from Preston there. That time to no prevail, and now it's going to be 0-1-1, and we haven't really seen Preston and Rachel have to unwind the stack so far. So it's going to be interesting to see if David and Abika can capitalize on this offense and catch them not ready for some shots. And speaking of the devil, as Preston's trying to move and hit that ball, it's an unforced error. So they capitalize already off the stack. 1-1-1 now. And again off the stack. So this is, a real issue when playing mixed doubles, and you want to keep yourself on the left side of the court if you're the man. Sometimes you get unforced errors on the returns, like those 2 points there. I mean, that is just unreal mixed doubles. That is the highest level of point you're going to see probably all day. Abika working so strongly Rachel cross court. And, to Rachel's credit, playing absolutely amazing, getting the balls back. But one of the things that separates Abika from the rest of the women in the field and the rest of the women in the country is her ability to lean in and take balls out of the air. You don't really see that from many women. I don't care if it's the amateur level or the pro level. And what she does is this takes a time away from your opponents, whether you're digging cross court or using it for deception like you saw there to go down Preston's line. Then she's able to generate an even harder cross court dink in the next shot, which sets up David Beeger really, really nicely. So if you ever wondered why David Beeger and Abika are so hard to beat, it's for reasons like that. Because David, he doesn't even have to do anything more than he should, because his partner is so strong and can generate offense just as easily as he can. And now this starts to feel like a foregone conclusion as 3-1-1 here. We haven't seen Preston have any real opportunities to attack, and the energy has definitely died down. 3-1-1 now for Abika to serve. And there it is. Another opportunity to drive off of unwinding the stack from Preston and Rachel. 4-1-1 now. They are certainly capitalizing on their offense here. And there it is. Preston getting the energy back up, trying to find some energy for both him and his team to get back into this match. This is going to be a big point to see if they can get a big stop on defense. And the answer is no. Rachel standing 3 or 4 steps off the line. David realizes that, has a bit of an off-pace speed up and catches her. Oh, wow. Preston, really, really smart. If you're going to take anything away from what you're witnessing in the last few points, I think it's that Abika has regained her confidence to the utmost extent, making almost every ball. But David Beeger, I mean, this guy's drives are roping over the net. A very minimal height, which is causing some big issues. He is playing fantastically, and he's in flow state. It's going to be very, very tough for Preston and Rachel to find points going through David. And with the confident Abika on his side, it makes for a tough task here on offense. There we go. We got a missed drop out of Abika. So, it does take an extra 3 or 4 volleys and hard hit shots by Preston he probably would have liked, but he gets the point done, and now it's 2-5-2. Yeah, so bad decision there by David Beeger going down Preston's line as he's ready for it. 3-5-2, trying to get back into this game now. Another error there. And interestingly and noticeably, they're keeping Abika on the left side, which they did so successfully last game. It's just out. Again, that left side of Abika with David on the right is paying dividends, I should say, on all aspects of both offense and defense here. Wow. Great footwork control out of Preston to not land in the kitchen there. We get a missed shot out of Abika, and now it's 5-4-2. Preston, I mean, he's back to feeling himself now. That's probably 5 points in a row where Rachel has maybe hit 2 balls in that span. Preston, he's playing big and he's playing everywhere. And it's proving to be a pretty tough challenge for David and Abika to keep the ball away from him. As David, again, has not been too much involved, as Preston's doing a great job icing out Abika once again. But again, Abika on the left side, we talked about it at the break. When Rachel is in front of Abika likes what she sees, and she's going to attack her all day long. Where do we see a response here from Preston trying to neutralize that fact without getting David involved? No answer there. Back to the offense, 5-4-1. That felt like a big opportunity, but there's really no answer right now for the strategy that Abika and David are playing out. Oh my goodness, what a freaking athlete. David Beeger, the full sprint. He mentioned from last year at this time he's dropped 15 pounds, and that may be one of the reasons he's able to get to that ball. That is a dead sprint. It is unreal and forces an error out of Preston Gordon. Absolutely insane. It's going to get them to switch at 6-4-1. What a shot there out of David Beeger. And, while we're at halftime, I've already kind of mentioned a few of the strategy components that are going into this match and what Preston and Rachel need to be talking about, especially in the offense. How do you win points besides the unforced errors out of both David and Abika? Right now, there's absolutely no answer. But I think this gives me a good time, as you're going to see them approach on screen here, to shout out the outfit coordination out of Abika and David. I mean, their fits are fantastic. Abika is wearing, a pretty unique skirt that somehow matches David's unique top. I think it's pretty cool when you see mixed doubles teams, especially the ones at the top of the field, matching like this. It definitely adds to their appeal, their confidence, and definitely their aura as well. 6-4-1 now. Let's see if they can keep it going. Bit of indecision out of Rachel there, and this is kind of the drawback of staying a foot or two off the line, right? You have to really commit to either going and taking the ball out of the air or backing up and taking the dig off the rise or letting it bounce fully. Missed serve there out of David, 7-4-2 now. Feels like they're finding a rhythm despite the missed serve. Let's see if they can kind of continue that on the second possession of their offense. This dink out of Abika there, and you have to say, this right-to-right pattern between Rachel and Abika is about 50-50 at the moment. Rachel doing a fantastic job sticking in there. In the last, 3 points, it basically went 1-1 on who won those rallies. Preston, great chance on the lob there. Abika just gets the ball in. Preston, maybe a bit of indecision, and it gets them to 4-7-2. Again, this feels like a big swing point for the match here. Preston is loving this backhand ATP. Both males, because Abika's on the left on the defense, are standing up basically at the center line. And what Preston is doing is forcing Abika to make a decision. Do we want to hit to Preston's forehand, his best shot, or go cross to his backhand? And that time, he gets an ATP. Let's go! Missed volley out of David. I will say, I think that's a great speed up out of Abika. She's finding success down the line on Rachel. But 6-7-2 now, and they're back in this match. Just hits her foot. That's going to be another point for Preston and Rachel. They're doing a great job, again, icing out David Beeger. He is standing basically 70% over on the court. The temptation is definitely there from Rachel to roll that ball cross court. Preston Gordon as well, he has the option to bring that ball across. They're staying very, very disciplined. They have a clear strategy that's playing out. We're going to hit to Abika and hope that her offense and her dinks are not going to be good enough to win these points. A strategy, that I wouldn't have thought would be successful coming to this match. I think the answer for David and Abika is one of two things. Abika's found great success speeding up down the line on Rachel Fitzgerald, but so far she hasn't really had opportunities to pull that ball. So if she can find some more of those, that's a really good option. The second option is the lob. Rachel is 0 for 3 on overhead so far. So I'd love to see a backside lob from Abika, or David throw up a lob behind Rachel and see what she does with it at this point. Let's see what they decide to do here. Huge point, 7-7-2. So the adjustment from David and Abika is to send David Beeger back on the left side of the court. The switch worked for them earlier in the match just to show them a different look. Preston wants none of it, and he's going to win the point, 8-7-2. Wow, what a shot there. So you can see Beeger is definitely getting antsy. He hasn't touched the ball in about 7 points, so he finally gets one and he pulls it. Rachel's 4 feet off the line. She responds. Great job by Rachel to switch it up, put one down Beeger's line, but then she leaves one high for Abika. She's too good. You can't do that there. 7-9-1. So really good job of Preston on his serve, getting from 4 to 9. Let's see the response from David. Oh my goodness, what a poach by Preston Gordon. Rachel Fitzgerald that time leaves the speed up as a bait ball. Abika bites, David responds, but Preston finishes the point off, 7-9-2. This feels like a huge swing point now. Yeah, so great drive there out of David and a bit of a tight shot by Rachel. And we're going to get to 8-9-2 now, Abika to serve. And it may get a challenge here. The call was out on the return. Sitting right on the baseline here, it was pretty close. I like to think that ball was out, but Preston, he wants at least a challenge, which is a good move here, as you know, because of the amazing facility that we're in, Performance Pickleball in Richmond, Virginia, the production team and the camera crew run by Cam Meeks, we have video challenges in this match. So we're gonna get a replay of that. And how this works is you have 2 video challenges per match, not per game, but per match. And if you're successful, you retain that challenge. And if you do not, you lose that challenge. So this is going to be really interesting. You're going to see it on your screen now as a replay. And they're reviewing it now. It looks very, very close. That ball may be in, actually, after reviewing it from here. We will see what the ref and the production team ends up deciding. But it's going to be a big, big point either way, because it's going to get us to 9-9-1 if that ball is the call stands and it's out, or back to 9-8-1 for the opposition for Preston and Rachel. So a huge decision here. Let's see what the ref comes back with. And the ref is one of the best, at least from my experience, not only in the state, not only at the facilities in the country. He does a great job. Let's see what his call is. Call was overturned. Ball was ruled in. Preston and Rachel are going to get the serve back at 9-8-1. That is a huge turning point in this match. It really feels like now or never for Preston. Can he find the extra gas to turn it on and, again, ice out Abika and go win this match for his team? Goodness, it looks like we're going to get another video challenge as it was called out. Would you look at this? This is absolute cinema. That ball was very, very close looking from here. It's hard to tell. That is an unreal shot either way. And I'm Preston, you're going to see it again on your screen. But this dude is going for it. You know, from original look, it looked in. I have to say, Preston, if it is in, he is absolutely playing like an animal on this court. A man possessed. I mean, to square off with the Abika and hit that shot while David Beeger is standing on the middle line, on the tee, takes a lot of guts. You can tell that he wants this match bad. Let's see, was that ball in? It looks like clear as day. It may have been in. We'll see what the ref comes back with, but that is an unreal shot out of Preston Gordon, and it's going to get them to 10-8-1. Now 2 opportunities to win this point, assuming that call is overturned and the ball was in. Here we go. Another overturn call in. 10-8-1, serving for the win, Preston Gordon. Now it feels like Abika's going to stay on this right side, which has been a big issue for them as Preston's been able to ice her out. Can he do it one last time in the offense? And he does! What a shot by Preston Gordon. He gets loud. What an upset win in the winner's semifinal, the quarterfinals of this match. He is fired up. And that's going to send David and Abika down to the loser's bracket. And trust me when I tell you, if you are the opponents that see them drop down to your side of the loser's brackets, you have a big, giant, sad look on your face, as that is not a good sign for the rest of the tournament. I would not want to play them in the loser's bracket. Preston Gordon, mean fist bump, absolute domination in that match. There's no better feeling than taking over a game like that. Great job there. We'll return with some more mixed doubles. We're going to go to break for now. Stay tuned for our next match.